Well, welcome back as we continue live right here with the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Bob Pompeani, Andrew Fillipponi with you. And the finals in. Brian Russ scores in a shootout after both goaltenders made a lot of saves. 3-2 your final. So in St. Louis on St. Patrick's, the Penguins are the ones who come up with the 2 points here, and a big one after what they happened in Nashville the other night, Andrew. So they picked a good time to win because Carolina lost, so did the Rangers. So things are going to be tight all the way to the end.
And so we're at the three-quarter pole of the season. We've got 3/4 of the season in the bags, Bob, and there's only 3 teams with more points: Florida, Carolina, and Colorado. That puts the Penguins really in Stanley Cup caliber company. They're one of the best teams in the NHL objectively. So really, you're trying to fill in those little cracks and holes here over the next few days to give this team the best chance it can to win another Stanley Cup at the trade deadline.
Team I like, though, is Florida going into this, and they acquired Ben Chiarot from Montreal. That's a really good defenseman after they gave up Frank Vatrano to the Rangers, interestingly, for a 4th-round pick. But I think Florida got stronger with this, Andrew, and I think when it's all said and done, as long as their goaltending, is solid, and, of course, you have, competition around in that same division with Vasilevsky with Tampa Bay. But Spencer Knight's been good, and, of course, Bobrovsky, if he's on his game, he's pretty good, too. That should be very interesting to see how it works out in that division.
Chiarot's one of those stay-at-home guys. He's a very good defensive defenseman, and I think the Penguins might need one of those guys. Marcus Pettersson has his ups and downs. Guys after that, Letang, Dumoulin, even though they're not always together lately, we're trying to figure out which guys in that 6th defensive core are going to be Stanley Cup caliber guys, because a lot of the players they won those back-to-back cups with are gone on the blue line. So that's going to be a key area, Bob. I think they got to add at least one of those guys to the deadline.
All right, tomorrow, I just want to get into your fan book head here now because they're obviously a sponsor of this show and do a lot of business with you. You got 2 games here in Pittsburgh. The first one's interesting to me. It's Ohio State and Loyola of Chicago. That's a team that can be dangerous. I watched Ohio State down the end of the season, Andrew. I did not like the way they were playing on a consistent basis. I'm looking for Loyola of Chicago to win that game. Are you?
Ohio State lost 2 of its starters, 2 big men. We don't know if they're going to play. They struggled, you're right. They lost 4 of 5. They got beat by Penn State in their first game in the Big Ten tournament. And we know Loyola, all these guys have gone on tournament runs. They actually still have a guy on the Final Four team in their starting lineup. They went to the Sweet 16 last year. So I like Loyola. And, Bob, I think Delaware can hang around with Villanova. Remember, these schools are very close. A lot of these Delaware kids didn't get recruited by Villanova. They're Philly kids. Jameer Nelson Jr. is Delaware's point guard. That's a 16-point spread. It's not going to be St. Peter's over Kentucky, but I think it'll be a game in the second half.
Oh, and I love the points. I don't think there's any question when you get that many. And that team is one of those teams that's been together for a long time. There's a lot to be said for that. By the way, I think I saw tonight Ben Howland may have been fired down in Mississippi. Did you see that at all? Because it was a 7-year run for him. This is happening while TCU gets into the tournament. Jamie Dixon's in as a 9 seed. I talked to him the other day. He was hoping to come to Pittsburgh. That did not happen. But 7 years down there is a long time for Ben Howland. I think he only had 1 NCAA tournament appearance.
The SEC is so cutthroat. They have so many resources, so much money, the SEC network, all that football money, that they'll run a guy out of there and bring in a big name. I would anticipate that Mississippi State, which is not the most attractive destination in terms of location, will pay millions to get a very qualified coach. So they went to a lot of NITs, Bob. That's not good enough down there.
Right. Yeah, they've raised the bar. There's no doubt. We always raise the bar with you, Andrew. Thanks for joining us here tonight. And we'll see you again over the weekend, I'm sure. So that's going to do it for our program. We appreciate all you guys watching out there. I hope you have a safe weekend. Join us again tomorrow night. Actually, every night we're on the air right here at 10:35. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Happy St. Patrick's Day and have a good weekend.